before we begin, I had one teacher say, you know, the last assembly we had, the preventer assembly, that student behavior couldn't be any better. And I agreed with her. You were excellent, excellent audience. So hopefully today you're going to be the same kind of audience. Boys and girls, this is an important assembly. And this is one that, when we had it last time and it was combined with another assembly, I don't think it got quite the recognition that I want it to have, because this is very special, because this assembly is all about you, and I want it to be a special assembly for you. And boys and girls, today we're going to recognize students for what they're doing academically, but not only academically, but for helpfulness. We've picked some different attributes, and that means some different things that people, talents you have, and we looked at who, we know that in your classroom that there's many people that are helpful, but I bet if you think about it and you think really hard, you will think of some people in your class that are not just helpful one day, but they're helpful every day. And they're helpful to you, they're helpful to their teacher, and I bet they're helpful at home to their parents and whoever else. They're just that type of a person. Now, it doesn't mean that maybe that's, talent is not yours and that you don't have another talent that's just as important. And so then next month we'll have a different attribute that we'll recognize. But this month it's going to be for academic excellence. We'll have one student for that. We're going to have two students for helpfulness. And so the other thing I'd like to recognize right now too, and talk about just for a minute, is yesterday we had a really special day here at Salters. We had the parade, we had our parties, and I was in all the classrooms, and boys and girls, you were great. Your teachers, the parents that came and helped, everything was organized, and the whole day was special, and your behavior was just as good. I thought last night, after we had all that candy and all the excitement of the party, that it might be a little difficult lining up the way you've been doing for your busing. But you guys even did a good job with that. You had no problem. There was very few people that ran out to the bus. You remembered the rules, and you did a really nice job. Thank you. You guys are doing great. I also want to thank Peggy Warner and the PTA. They're the ones that help us put on this Assembly of the Month. Mrs. Warner prepares everything for us, gets everything ready, and we really appreciate that. Boys and girls, let's just give her a big hand. This morning, we're going to do things just a little bit different. The third grade teachers are all going to come up first, and they're going to line up here, and then they're going to call their students up, and the students will line up over here. And as they call the name for their students, then I'm going to give the award and shake their hand and congratulate them. At the end of third grade, then we're going to recognize the parents. Where they're sitting, we'll have the parents, the grandparents, whoever's here, and we'll recognize them for being here and give them a big round of applause. So let's wait till at the end of each grade level before we applaud, okay? So the third grade teachers, could we have Mr. Nelson, Mrs. Sullivan, Mrs. Stewart, Mrs. Hebert, Mr. Wood, come up please. Our audience needs to get quiet again. Mrs. McCrimmon, Mr. Steinbeck, Mr. Townsend, Mr. Patterson, and Mrs. Boling. Thank you. Let's remember our good audience behavior. Thank you.
My three students of the month are Amanda Stevens, Justin Rexroth, unless he's come in, he's absent today, and Sarah Litt. Hi, chosen Student of the Month, so this is a real disappointment to me. But he and Amanda both have been chosen for their helpfulness. Justin is a very, very helpful student in class. He's always willing to be there to do all the little chores I ask him to do. Amanda starts off every morning that she walks through the door with a big hug to me, which I appreciate, and a twinkle in her eyes, and wants to know, is there anything I can do for you, Miss Mack? And then she's willing to stay in class to help me out, or goes on outside anytime during the day that I want her to help me with something. She's willing to do that, and she's also very, very willing to help every other student in the classroom, and I very much appreciate that. Sarah Litt is my academic student for this month, and Sarah is not only bright and an excellent student, but she has what I think is far more important, and that is excellent study skills. She's going to work on a project. She gets started right away on it. She goes over and above what she's supposed to do. I don't think she's had one late assignment this year. She started off on her Native American project very early on, while some students, when given a long-term project of 3 or 4 weeks, sort of get lost during that time. Sarah's able to stay very, very focused. Sarah's the sort of person that not only reads about Bill Clinton, but goes and visits him. Congratulations, Sarah.
I have Stephanie Graver, Gabriela Velez, and Matthew Perez coming. Gabriella and Stephanie are the recipients of our Helpful Award. Both of these students go out of their way to help me each day, and they do it with a big smile on their face. And Matthew Perez is the kind of student that when I can't figure something out, I look to Matthew, and he usually has the answer for it. So all 3 of these students are doing a great job in the 5th grade, so they get a big round of applause.
Brandon is one of those students who doesn't have to wait to be asked. If he sees another student who is having difficulty, needs help, he just leans over and quietly asks, can he help them? Emily is always there when there are things to be done. She goes about very quietly, quickly, and efficiently helping out with whatever I need help with in the classroom. Keith Nelson is receiving the award this month for academic excellence. Keith is really does excellent work in all his subjects. He's a very self-motivated student. His particular talent is in math, and Keith is not able to do himself very difficult math problems, but as my class will be able to tell you, Keith is able to make up his own very difficult math problems for the rest of the class too. Congratulations to all 3 of my students.
Students of the month for my classroom this month for last month, Alicia Chapman, Sarah Kleist, and Rachel Crawford. Please come forward. The award for academic excellence goes to Rachel Crawford. Rachel always seems to take pride in her work and always does a good job. Always goes above and beyond what's expected of her. She sets a great example for the rest of the students. For helpfulness, Alicia and Sarah both eager to help out whenever they can. When either they'll ask to run errands, or if it's not running errands, they're wanting to pass out papers, clean chalkboard. Just always eager to do something and help others in the group. So I really appreciate all their efforts.
Three students of the month from our classroom: Jennifer Robinson, Michelle Jensen, and Eric Frank. All three of these students hold outstanding academic and social behavior in the classroom and in the playground. And Eric received our academic award this month because on our social studies test, he not only received an A+, but he also answered the 4 extra credit questions correctly too. He studies very hard at home and uses his class time wisely. Jennifer Robinson and Michelle Jensen equally are very good academic students too, and they demonstrate a unique helpfulness in the classroom. They're always on task. As Mr. Nelson said, it's very helpful to the teacher when the students are on task, they're ready to go for their lessons, and they're ready to learn. And these students are very helpful in the classroom. Parents, grandparents, please stand so we can recognize them. And we have Hey, boys and girls, I need your attention. I'm going to count to 5, and let me see if I have quiet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show me who's listening. Listen carefully. Close your eyes and please. Turn around, please. Let me see if I can see everybody's face. Okay. Thank you. Boys and girls, again, this is a special recognition for people in your class, and each month we'll have these and recognize different people, and it's a very special time. These are special awards, and we want you to know that we're proud of you and for the efforts that you make. And we're also pleased that the parents come to support you. Would the students